Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Growing. I want to show you what's growing in my bell garden today. But before we get there, let me just walk you down this path and show you what's growing on this side of the walking path. So you see here we have some pomegranates, and this is a new plant, first year of fruiting. And this time I've put all my pumpkins in this area because they become too big, the vines, to really be in an enclosed garden. And that little tomato vine that you can see going up the papaya plant is actually self-seeded. I didn't plant it there, but it's come out on its own from last year. And this path is really where we have all the papaya circles. So there are a lot of papaya circles here, interspersed with pumpkin and with some chilies. So you'll see some red chili plants here and there. I have to pick those chilies up, which I haven't managed to do. But you can see the pumpkins are really benefiting again from the water that's there in the papaya circles and just the space that they get out here. Yeah, this is a beautiful tree currently laden with lychees, and you can see that the birds have started eating away some of them. But there's always a tendency to try to harvest it when the birds start picking, but I've learned my lesson and I'm going to wait till the lychee is ready and not get worried that the birds will eat it all away. That's another young guava plant here, and yeah, it's still too young to fruit, but you'll see a patch of cotton which I planted behind it, and that's been giving us a good bunch of cotton every year. I ratooned it and it's now growing up again. So, and of course the papayas, and there's a little bit of nimbu here which is getting some fruit. So you just see, just take a walk around this path and so much food is already here, so much abundance is here already. It just feels so good to do that. So there are papayas at the top and then there's pumpkin at the bottom. So this is really called stacking, right? When you can get two things out of the same vertical space. And that's what we give a lot of emphasis to in permaculture. So we've reached the bell garden now, and welcome. Okay, let's start off from here. You will see that I've put a lot of vines on the, the jali, the metal jali that I've put on the periphery here. This one is kakadi, also known as Armenian cucumber, and you might see a few pieces here. Yeah, there's one little spiral one growing here, and I've been taking a few kakadis out of this every day. We have a nice wall here of Karela. I in fact harvested a lot of them yesterday, but here's a small baby one. And then some cucumbers here on the side. But before I walk the whole periphery, let me also just stop and show you what's going on here, because we may not be able to come back. So this is all zucchini which is growing. And if you remember, last year we planted a lot of flowers in this area. So there are daylilies, there's some tube roses, and of course some Barbados lilies. And Sadabahar, periwinkle, which seems to have again sprouted this spring after dying down in the winter. So zucchini and the tinda, which is apple gourd, is doing quite well here. And so is my grapevine, which is in the middle of it and goes up here on the top. The grapes are now over. Collectively eaten between us and the birds, and but I'm happy with the first year of grapes that we've got here, thanks to some good pruning that we did. Grapes is all about pruning. You don't get grapes without good pruning. Okay, so here's cucumber on the left, and if you look very closely, like you can see here, there is a cucumber dangling beyond the wire mesh. The beds at the ground level are a bit empty. They've got some chili plants in them, but this is where we'll be planting the next round of summer vegetables, which are currently in my nursery. You'll also find some things I've left here for seed saving, like this is lettuce, this is parsley, and that's celery. These are all plants from winter which are currently just waiting for me to gather some seed. And here again in these squares you'll see zucchini. These plants sometimes do get this kind of a powdery mildew, and I've been trying to sort of cut off the leaves which are getting that and dispose them off so that they don't spread that infection. And this is happening mostly because of the unseasonal rain that we've got. Zucchinis don't like to have water on their body. They just need to be watered in their roots, but their leaves should always dry out during the day. And when we have unseasonal rain, then it tends to get very humid and powdery mildew comes up. This is our cucumber vine again, and the advantage of having this mesh is that it's really got a good grip there, and it's benefiting from all the sunlight that it's getting. Imagine if this was lying in a heap on the floor. It would not have got so much solar energy to convert into chemical energy. So exposing it like this is really helping with fruit production. Also helps to keep disease at bay, because the leaves dry out, they don't get fungus attack, etc. So it's always good to allow creepers to climb up and benefit from that. And here is an entire wall of bitter gourds, Karela. In India at least it's a very popular dish, and I just made some yesterday with all the fruit that I'd harvested here. Okay, and just look at my beautiful canopy of mangoes which is coming down here. So just from this little space you see I took grapes, I've taken mango, I'll be taking mangoes, and of course there's stuff happening on the fence, and then there are things which are climbing up here. So this is ridge gourd which is going up here as a vertical space. It should be getting some fruit because I've already harvested some and eaten it, but I'll show you perhaps. I can see some flowers, but I think it's probably going to be a while before these convert into fruit. But again, very delicious. And one of the things that you can do is just cut off any lateral branches which are growing. Make sure the vine goes up straight right to the top, which is what I'm doing. There's a vine here which has inadvertently, by mistake, been planted on the ground and not next to the fence. You can see the quality here, right? Look at how much sort of insect damage it has. It's not getting aired out. It's not benefiting from the sun as much as the ones which are climbing up on the fence side. So here's a living example of what happens if you allow your vines to go up and get some breeze as opposed to just lying flat on the floor. So that's a little walk around the Bell Garden today. It's looking really quite productive as well as beautiful. It continues to be one of our favorite gardens, and we have a few episodes shot here from last year. You might want to check that out. You will get a comparison of how this garden looked last year compared to what it's looking like now. Subscribe to our channel to keep seeing such videos, and maybe they'll inspire you to have a garden of your own one of these days. Bye bye.